Hello guys! Netflix's new series, Hellbound, reached #1 in the world just one day after its release. And I would like to give you some tips to fully understand and enjoy this drama. Number 1. Koreans like to shorten words and make compound words. So there are a lot of newly coined terms these days. Some examples of abbreviation are 스타벅스, 스벅, 엘리베이터, 엘베, 비밀번호, 비번. I'm also preparing for the detailed contents about abbreviations, so please look forward to it. These kind of words have been created every year, every month, every moment. So you can check whether I'm a new generation or not out of fashion with the 신조어 test. For example, 국룰, it literally means national rule or constitution, which equals to a set of rule that is universally accepted. We write police like this in Chinese characters, but by changing the first letter to 견, which is a prefix, not only sounds similar to its original letter 경, but also frequently used to create bad meanings. Dogs are the most widely beloved animals and representative pets nowadays. But if you take a close look at idioms or phrases, you can see that they were such trivial animals in old times. For instance, 망신 means disgrace or shame, but putting 개 in front of it, then it means humiliation, a bigger disgrace. 개값에 팔다 means to sell dirt cheap. 술 마시면 개가 된다, it literally means when someone drinks too much, he or she becomes a dog. We say it when he or she drinks himself or herself insensible or they are totally wasted. 내가 할 수 있는 게 개뿔도 없다. There is not a damn thing I can do about it. Next, 기레기 is a compound word of reporter, which is 기자 in Korean, and garbage, which is 쓰레기 in Korean. It appeared after the year 2000. It can be heard a lot, especially these days, when we call unreliable journalists who spread false information or write exaggerated news, like a muckraker. So in this scene, 경찰 and 기레기 are derogatory words for police and journalists, respectively.
그러니까 기레기 소리 듣는 거 아니야. 아이 뭐 기레기나 경찰이나.
이번 시연 대상자는 박정자 씨. 아, 생긴 거 봐라. 이 너무 무섭게 생겼다. 내가 지옥에 갈 상인가?
It's a famous line from the movie 관상 that I mentioned when I talked about 이 정재 in the previous video about Squid Game.
어찌 내가 왕이 될 상인가?
관상학 is the Korean version of physiognomy. It is the practice of assessing a person's character or personality from their outer appearance, especially the face. In fact, it is more of a statistic than a superstition. So you don't have to believe it 100%, but it's up to you to believe or not. The phrase 관상 is a science is often said when celebrities are involved in troubles or bad things. In particular, according to Korean 관상, so-called snake eyes are considered as a very bad one.
희정 씨 어머니를 잔인하게 살해한 그 사람.
저렇게 생겼구나.
희정 씨도 얼굴은 처음 보는군요.
안 보여주잖아요. TV도 신문도.
It wasn't long before the identities of the criminals were revealed to the general public in Korea. The disclosure of information on violent criminals, including sexual offenders, has been in effect since April 15, 2010. Specific violent crimes are such as murder, human trafficking, rape, and armed robbery. Their faces are revealed when the means of the crime were cruel, serious damage occurred, or when it is necessary for the public interest to discourage reoffending. But it has been found that there is little effect in reducing the actual crime. So I think it is necessary to amend laws and systems to prevent crime and to expand support for victims. The atmosphere of the scene wasn't funny at all,
녹음된 파일이 있을 겁니다.
but this part only was funny to me.
정진수 어딨냐? 아 여기 있네. 이거 들어볼까요?
Because making musical interval when the Korean middle-aged men or women talk to themselves is almost like the rule. Once a panel mentioned it on an entertainment show, and at the time, many people agreed to it. A newborn baby appears in the play, but it hasn't been named yet. So the mom calls her baby 튼튼이 instead. Though I watched all the episodes, I didn't get the exact reason, but her baby is in the intensive care unit. It was the situation that 배영재 is suddenly scheduled to work overtime and cannot come in time to see his baby.
우리 튼튼이도 집중치료실 들어가가지고 바로 얼굴도 제대로 못 보고.
I was embarrassed to see the subtitles that 튼튼이 is interpreted as a fighter, and sometimes it was skipped even without translating. It is so natural to have 태명 in Korea, so almost all babies have a nickname which is called 태명 before they are born. I searched the 태명 in the English dictionary and it says fetus nicknames, belly baby nicknames, name at birth, birth name, something like these. It is 태명 in Chinese character, literally a name for the fetus in the mother's womb. It is also called Bennett i름 in pure Korean. It is said that it's better to use hard and strong sounds when giving a baby nickname so that the baby in the womb can hear the parent's voice as well. By using 쌍기역, 쌍디귿, 쌍비읍, 쌍시옷, 쌍지읒, 치읓, 티읕, 피읕, and so on. Commonly used nicknames are 튼튼이, 쑥쑥이, 까꿍이, 찰떡이, 로또, and so on. Some of them are associated with the Chinese zodiac sign, which refers to the animals of the year of birth. For instance, upcoming year 2022 is the year of the tiger. So I heard 호야, 범이, 호떡이, 랑랑이 is kind of popular these days. I was curious about what nicknames are used in the United States during the pregnancy. So I googled it and it says baby, bean, junior, peanut, bunny, dumpling, jelly bean, munchkin, etc. I think those are all cute. It's very essential and universal in Korea to have 태명. But after I asked some of my foreign friends, I've heard that giving 태명 to the babies is not common, and there are many countries don't even have the concept of 태명, so they just call them baby without a name until their birth. At first, I thought it was the cultural difference between East and West, but interestingly, even the neighboring country Japan does not use it either. How is it in your country? These were 5 fun facts I found while watching the drama Hellbound. I hope this video can be a help in understanding more about Korean culture. Then, see you in the next video. Thank you!